Okay, let me continue to shuffle these some more because I want to ask, you know, the cards read the energy of the moment, what's going on right now, and everything is subject to change since we have free will. But right now, what can it tell us the direction of what's going to take Trump out? What's going to end Trump's reign of terror, if you will? Et tu, Brutus? He thinks he's another Caesar. So, okay, let's see what the cards have to say. So let's see what it's about. It's about what he's trying to sell. The merchant, what's being sold. What's being sold by the blustering one that just is self-satisfied, full of himself. Okay? Absolutely full of himself. Feet are in the mental realm. He's surrounded by the emotions, grayed out in what he's wearing with a red cap of action. So what he's trying to sell, energy coming into it is, well, you see it there, leaving in disgrace. Okay? So that is not a happy one, being ferried across in this boat full of, you know, the mental realm. The mental realm. Information, mentality, it looks like defeated. So what's being sold, but the energy coming into it is defeat. Because of what? Choices being made in life. His life choices and looking at the next move, what's coming in, looking overseas at the world, what's happening. Okay, so let's see what's taking place now. A new action. New action is coming in, with the challenge being what's being juggled. Concrete things being juggled. Above it, what's blocked, what he doesn't want to see, what he doesn't want to take in, and feeling pushed to the edge. So more and more stress is taking place with what he's trying to block, what he's unwilling to see, a new action of things being juggled. Now he keeps talking about California and the voting because it takes them so long. Well, California is a huge area. It takes so long to go through all the votes that it's corrupt and they're cheating. And well, he knows that California is primarily a Democrat state. And he is absolutely worried about it. Worried about loss coming up. Okay? So he is out there touting this thing ongoing about the corruption in California. Absolutely terrified about California. So let's see what we have. Potential outcome. The family. The family. Outside influence. Manipulation. He's trying to manipulate the family. Megatonians, etc. Above it, judgment, but judgment is coming down. Foundation and agreement when it comes to judgment, Megatonians, etc. about the manipulations. Okay? So foundation, figuring out the next move, feeling pushed to the edge because he feels there is an agreement taking place. Above it, his choices he's made walking, what he refuses to see, what he's trying to block when it comes to judgment. the merchant, what he's trying to sell, but again, he's leaving in defeat, a new action being juggled when it comes to trying to manipulate the people. So he's trying to set up a manipulation of judgment about that especially California voting is corrupt. You know, they've got all of these immigrants there that are voting, all these dead people on the voter rolls that are voting, which none of that is taking place. But this is what he's trying to use to manipulate what's going on. So let's see what's driving it. But it looks like he is mentally leaving in disgrace. Okay. So what's encompassing his world? Being out in the cold with what's being constructed, what's being worked on, what's being built concretely. Light is being shed on the actions trying to control when it comes to the long term with what's up in the air, with the message coming out that he's trying to repress, what he's trying to control as usual, because what's moving rapidly, he doesn't like what's coming. He's pondering it and trying to get away with it when it comes to justice, trying to steal, trying to get away with something. More concrete message about overturning what he wants to suspend, what he wants to overturn when it comes to voting rights, etc. Strengthening what he's trying to overturn. Because what? Because he's a dark element. Okay? Because he's in that mindset of dark, and it is a tower moment coming. Okay? So he's trying to keep a lid on it. When it comes to Trump, something new, concrete is opening up that's being withheld about the truth, about the votes, etc. Evidence in hand that's burdening, guess who? Great leader. It's burdening him, and it has him totally mentally tied up and struggling and fighting with what he's sharing, what he continues to hand out with his club in hand because he feels embattled and his delusion is getting the best of him, but the truth is coming down and pinning him down. Okay, the truth is he's lost. He's lost, he's lost, he's lost. Now he knows he absconded with this last voting thing. And he's terrified that they're going to figure out how they've manipulated and closed those doors, okay? So he's feeding a bunch of lies. We're looking at the Republicans and those that are the ones that they're coming to for advice, those in the know. He's facing a loss. His end is coming. Because of the harvest, all the stuff he's doing from the White House. So he's going to lose, okay? It looks like, there will be a major blue wave coming in, the House, the Senate, etc., being taken over, and his ability to run roughshod over everything is ending, okay? So he is freaking out now because his powers will be taken away. And like I said, what's coming up now, good luck that a Republican will ever be voted in again for eons. So this is their last hurrah. He is absolutely, you see him getting more toxic, more volatile with every interview that's coming. He gets more disgusting, more hateful in his rhetoric, continuing to spout his ongoing lies that he has been spouting for years about loss, and they're so horrible to him. He's done nothing wrong, and Russiagate was all a lie. Yet the first thing that happened that they never talk about anymore was the minute he got in the White House, he had his little gopher, go to the Russian embassy and try to create a back channel so they wouldn't see what he was talking to Russia about. Why do they never speak about that? Okay? And how many of these Republicans were going to Russia and having the dinners with Putin? How much compromise does Putin have on all of these Republicans? And then their big falderall. Russian mafia lives not far from Mar-a-Lago in Sunny Isles. Okay? Big Russian mafia stronghold is there. So all of this stuff he's freaking out about, he stole the documents. Well, now I guess what was his name? Was it Bolton that got caught with a document, and he's making some deal going away? Well, that's nothing compared to what Trump absconded with documents. Okay? So yeah, he's going to be ushered out in defeat, is what it looks like as the cards are pushing now, what they're looking at now. And like I said, I just see him standing there, and somebody else is behind just pushing the toxic, pumping the toxicity up through his anus, out through his mouth, spewing this stuff everywhere. So I'm not feeling who it is behind that's pumping this. It feels like a combination of ones that are spewing this out, because he is great puppet in hand to have. Now, Bibi just, he was going to call Bibi and tell him, don't you strike back, don't you do this, and Bibi's giving him a one-finger salute. So he thinks he's got all this power, just like he was going to get in, and the thing with Ukraine was going to be done before he even got in office, because he was going to tell Putin, you need to stop this now. Well, how well did that go? For all his big braggadocious and putting himself up there, like he's big man, they all turn around and give him a one-finger salute. They cozy up to him, tell him what he wants to hear, tell him how fabulous he is, what a big, strong leader he is, and oh my goodness, and then, when he tries to push his weight around, he finds out they give him a one-finger salute. So let's see, what else can you tell us is going on with this? He's trying to go after, having them go after anybody that he doesn't like E. Jean Carroll. He refuses to pay her, so he's trumping up some new DOJ thing. Well, all the stuff that they're doing, putting these things into motion, is going to take them down. That's what that first reading was. All these ones running interference for him, they're all going to lose their law licenses. Probably some of them will wind up in jail. But let's see what else can you tell us? The great Cuba overturned and leaving in disgrace. The big poobah is going to be overturned, hung upside down. Okay, there's a new action that will come, okay, when it comes to the mentality, okay, strong arm and what's up in the air. Above it, what's being offered up, light being shed, on his mental state as well. Maybe some of these things are going to come out, and it's going to gain strength with what's up in the air still, to temper with something new, concrete coming out, and justice. Justice. So maybe some things will be coming out about his mental state as well. Some of the things that have been happening behind the scenes with all of these tests that he's taking, that he wants to equate with IQ tests, which are for dementia, maybe some of that is going to be leaked about his declining mental state. Okay? So yeah, on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.